Yo, 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 what's up, man? It's your boy Chee Chapman, Sippin with Chee podcast. Let's go.
What's going on? It's your boy Brandon, or Classic, depending on where you know me from or where you see me at.
Straight up. My name is Danielson, a.k.a. Payso. Same, just depends on where you know me from. Barber, owner of Elite on Mill.
All right, man. So we're going to just jump right into it, man. We're going to jump into your upbringing, and we're just going to go from there, man. So where you from? Kind of give somebody a background story about you, bro.
Take this mask off now. Man, people ask me where I'm from. I mean, I grew up, the first part of my upbringing was in Colorado Springs, where I went to high school. You know, all my early years were over there. And then actually I left from there and I went to high school in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So you ever been out there to Albuquerque?
Nah, never.
Yo, you ever been out there? How about my man? You ain't even been out there either. Man, listen, if you know, you know. Albuquerque, also known as Burque, if you're from there, you know. It gets wild in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
I know. Hey, listen, a lot of people don't leave out of Albuquerque. They call it the land of enchantment, but if you're from there, it's the land of entrapment.
Huh.
It's not a good thing.
Like
Don't go to Albuquerque. You might get entrapped.
It's a lot of people I know. I know a few people from Albuquerque, a lot of, like, Indians. I know a lot of Indians from
native.
Native.
You know,
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos is from Albuquerque.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, motherfucker. You know where else lives in Albuquerque? John motherfucking Jones. All the greats come from Albuquerque. That's two people.
All the greats too.
And me. Hey, shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, so I did my high school years out there, and then I've been out here in Arizona for I think 17, 18 years now.
Okay.
So I just hit 39. I just touched 39 March 4th. Feeling good, feeling great.
Happy birthday,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I never thought 39 would feel this great. You know?
Man, looking good, bro. You look
I'm feeling good.
You looking younger than 39, though, fam.
Woo. I
Yeah.
feel younger than 39 than most people you would think 39 is. You know, when you were young, 39?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, that's like, I couldn't even think past, 25, right? 30 maybe. Crazy 39. This is nuts. I'm thinking like 75, 80. What's that gonna look like? That's a whole nother half of this life. You know what I mean? I can go the next 35 years and or let's say 40 years and hit 80 and be like, I lived a whole nother half of my life
Right.
doing something else.
A lot of people don't make it to that. So
A lot of people don't make it.
That's what's
you know,
up. That's
So.
what's up.
But now that I made it this far, I'm like, yeah, shit, maybe I should start looking ahead that far. Maybe if I would have known, I would have had a 401k, all that set up right away off the top.
Yeah, you got to.
You know.
So let's talk about what got you into being a business owner and more so being a barber.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, when I was like a kid and they asked you what you want to be when you grow up, definitely wasn't barber wasn't even on the radar. I wanted to be a scientist.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I think third grade, maybe first grade. First grade, I wanted to be a scientist, and somewhere along the line, I heard the name entrepreneur, and I was already. Like, I was single mom. My mom was, single mom growing up. And then it was just me. I'm the only child. And so she's struggling, doing her thing, working. And I decided I was going to start taking toys to school. And I put little price tags on them. Mm-hmm. And I was selling them at school. And I didn't think anything of it. I just figured out, I saw people were taking candy to school. So I'm like, why not buy a He-Man or whatever stuff I'm not using. Yeah. And I think my uncle found me or found out about it, told on me. And then, that was like the first entrepreneurial venture I ever indulged in. So that was it. But then later on, I heard the name, the term entrepreneur, and I thought, like, what is that? I think my uncle told it to me. And that's when I decided, yeah, I'll be an entrepreneur. The barbering thing, it just really evolved out of that. I started cutting my own hair anyway. Again, like 9 years old, it was one of my mom's boyfriends had some edgers. And they went to go get some groceries and left me home alone. And I found those edges, so I'm hitting my sideburns, and it's creeping up a little bit higher and higher. Man, next thing you know, I got a mullet. And my mom's opening the door. Hito, we're here. She calls me Hito. We open up the door, and I'm like, put on this LA Dodgers hat I had. Trying to cover it all super low, So I'm trying to help her out with the groceries. And she snatches my hat off, and she sees what's up. And then, she made me rock it for a few days. But ever since then, that was my first edition with the clippers. I started cutting my teddy bears, I think a little bit before that, with whoever's clippers I saw. I don't know, I was fascinated by it. And then I remember seeing Steve Harvey's lineup. Man, on what was it called? Hanging with Mr.
No, you talking about the Steve Harvey show, right?
Yeah, no, is that what it was called? The Steve Harvey show? Yeah. But it was Mr. Hightower.
Yeah, Mr. Hightower.
He wasn't Steve Harvey in the Steve Harvey show.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But his lineup though, oh my
Crispy to the bitch, huh?
that shit. I was like, man, I gotta get a lineup like that. You know what I mean? And then so I mean, I would try to I got the Walmart clippers and adjusted them to make some liners, and then I started hitting my boys up, trying to get their line, messing their lines up, and go to the barber shop, try to snatch up some tips, from the barber, see what I could see, and I just that was just my entrepreneurial spirit, just turned that into like money making. And then aside from that, of course, I was doing whatever else in the streets too at a young age. And I dropped out of school at like 5 times, getting kicked out of school in 2 different cities. I dropped out of school and I got my GED like ASAP though. I looked more like I was graduating early because I was really bored with school. Yeah. And I was just going to school to like sell some drugs and pull some bitches. And that was really what I was going to school for. And then I pop in and take a test, and I do well on the test, but my homework thing wasn't right. So I just dropped out. I got my GED quick, and that's when my mom asked me. She's like, "What are you gonna do?" And she was like, "Have you ever thought about being a barber?" And barbers were cool, like like on a small level. It wasn't like that huge like it is now. It's a whole movement now, and barbers have taken over. The movie Barbershop hadn't dropped yet. We'll just say that. Yeah. So that was like a big change. But she told me to become a barber, and I was like, maybe. I said, what, if I'm gonna go, my entrepreneurial mind working at that age, just like 16 and about to be 17, and I'm like, I might as well learn it all. I'm gonna learn every part of it. I didn't realize hair and makeup. Makeup and nails was included in all that too. But so I went to school. I went to beauty college. Excuse me. But it was like booty college. It was all women. It was all women.
Booty college. That's what we're going to call it. We got to turn that.
Freudian slip. But so I went there and still, foot in the streets, foot in and going to school for that and trying to get right. And I ended up going there, man, and it took me a while to graduate because I was having so much fun. I mean, again, nothing but women there. And then I'm just cutting. And I already know how to fade at that point, so I'm like the guy to go to because I got the street fade down. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I tell you what, I actually got a lot of game too from Albuquerque, man. When I moved out there for high school, there's a whole nother like the Chicano barbershop culture. That's a culture out there too. Like that's where I got the skin fades, them really tight SA skin fades. I was like, woo! I seen dudes going in with those. Now we all doing with those foils. Yeah. And but yeah, man, I remember kind of picking that up, and they're going in with the razors, so I picked up that little bit of game too. And I went to school finally in Colorado, and I graduated after 3 years, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was in some trouble, and I just had to get up out of there. I had already been there, moved to Albuquerque to live with my dad, tried to get out of trouble, got in more trouble there, Came back here. Went back to Colorado, got in some more trouble, and I was like, listen, I got to take a year to get right. Got my license together. Got this really good looking girl. She was smart, and I got an opportunity to come out here to Phoenix. I was either gonna move here or I was gonna move to like Houston. Yeah. And I got this crazy opportunity to come out here. Fell in love with it. I said I'm moving there in a year, and I came out here and I just jumped in. Came out with my barber license and just jumped into the barber game. Taking it all. I was hitting up even like the franchises. I was at Fade Tight, and I was also at like Regis up in Paradise Valley. Yeah. I was taking full advantage. So they were training me. I'm over here getting money here and just getting in the mix, Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, hustling, grinding, trying to get to it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like the whole story about my uncle catching me, that's I think that's where I got the name Payso. I think it like evolved somewhere out of that, like Payso or Payso, or I don't know, but it came from Colorado and it just kind of stuck with me. How it came out here, I guess somebody just came out here. So I ran into somebody out here that I knew from there. Okay. And that's how they knew me. Yeah. And it just got, stuck. But I always just introduced myself as Daniel,
Yeah. That's what's up. At what point, man, with this barber life you got going on, like when was you like, man, this is what I want to do? I'm able to change lives. I'm able to get this dude the job he wants. You know what I mean? Because I'm making him look good. You know what I mean? So
Right.
at what point where you was like, man, this is my career, this is my life, this is what I want to do?
Oh man. You know, I never had a point where I was like, this is what I want to do. This is gonna sound crazy because I jumped into it saying I'm gonna do this, and this is but what I wanted to do, I wanted to make music. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be the executive producer, you know. So this was gonna be my step to that. You know, I was gonna go do big in music, and I would write, and I did everything from poetry, all kinds of stuff. I just loved it, and like all the music part aspect, making beats or whatever, performing. And so this was going to be my stepping stool to that. And then I actually got a chance to go to school for audio engineering, which is out here in Phoenix, or in Tempe, is the conservatory. A lot of people. And this is a worldwide, you know, or at least a nationally known school. So I did get an opportunity to go there, and it just happened to be here. I moved here, and someone was like, "Oh, you should go to the school." I got in, went did my internship, and I went to New York for a little while and got, you know, did a little bit out there. But I just really realized that wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't really what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And I had already been doing barbering, and when I fell in love with barbering, because people like already show, like with that game, with trying to be a star and everything like that, you got to put so much into you, or you got to put so much into it for people to come notice you and pay to see you. Right. But it was crazy. I just stumbled into barbering, people already come and see you. Right. And they already paying you. I was like, damn, this is kind of like way better. And you change the game, they come for your style, and it's just so much. I was like, man, I just happen to be in this dope ass position. Like, damn, this is what I'm gonna be. And there was a couple little like serendipitous moments where it was like God telling me like, yeah, you didn't know, but I made you for this purpose, you know?
Right, that's what's up.
And yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do it.
So let me ask you, because I'm trying to hear like the horror stories. What was the worst like head that you had to fix? Or like the worst cut that you had to do? Like you're like, I do not want to cut this motherfucker's hair.
Oh man, I'll tell you one. This is in booty school again. And of course in there my name was Payso, so how I got the teachers to call me Payso, I don't even know. That's how deep it was. Even the teachers called me Payso. So they would yell, Payso! This lady, Miss Sandy was her name. Was your client's in? And they had this one big country dude. Big. He was like 6'4", and he was autistic. And he wasn't like high functioning. He was like, you know, he could snap.
Yeah.
And his dad, another like real tall, kind of Creole looking cat, you know, just real cool country, real good people. But the big dude, like he could just snap on you sometimes. He was big. Yeah. And they called me to cut his hair. It was my first time cutting him. He had been a regular there for a while, so a lot of people cut him. This is something he can do. So he comes, and we're cool. I'm cool with him. And nobody warned me that this dude had like severe dandruff. Where the shit was pussing out of his head. Oh, man. All right, and nobody told me that.
That can mess up your clippers, bro.
And so, and man, beyond clip, that shit messed up my sanity. When you're going over it, like, why is this not fair? Because you have, in that school, in beauty school, you have to shampoo your client prior to the service. No matter who it is, doesn't matter. So you take him, shampoo him, don't get no water in the ears, so I'm being extra careful. And getting back over there, and I'm like, man, I must have left some conditioner in this shit. And so I'm wiping away with the comb. And I'm like, damn, there's more coming out. What's up with this? And I realized it's squeezing out of his skin. I'm like, oh my God. I don't want to embarrass nobody. Right. So I'm holding my stomach, and I'm just like, I don't even remember what I did. I don't know if I finished it, and it was just like, there it is. Like, I'm sorry, just call it a bad cut, but I'm done. Like, y'all should have warned me.
Yeah, if they knew that, they should have. That's crazy.
Maybe they did all these years later, 20-some years later, I'm realizing they probably did that shit to me on purpose.
That's dirty.
Right here, I finally realized they had set me up, man.
That shit's crazy.
But yeah, so that was the worst one. I haven't had too many other than that. One time I saw a bug crawler out of somebody's scalp, out of this little kid's scalp. And the mom got mad at me. She was like, he doesn't have lice. That was your clippers. I'm like, I'm not even trying to say he has lice. I just saw a bug jump out his head. I don't even know if it was lice. Right. I was out here. Gosh, jumping to conclusions. You could have been a roach. You went to lice first. Maybe the motherfucker got roaches.
Dirty hand. You gonna get your dirty head ass.
And she got mad at me. I was trying to keep it on the low, like, well, I don't want to check this out. This dude got bugs crawling out. It wasn't just jumping out the hair. It had burrowed into the scalp, and then like crawled out of the skin. I was like,
I can't do shit like that. That's
it was over on like 27th Ave.
Yeah,
It was called, I don't think it's there anymore. It's probably called something else now. It used to be called Hot Chocolate. Y'all remember that barbershop, Hot Chocolate? Hey, glad you.
Hey, I'm about to get my hair cut at the place called Hot Chocolate.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hey,
Chocolate.
hey, seriously.
That's what's up, though. I mean, no, it's not what's up, but
I mean,
it's crazy. But I'm sure you have stuff like that happen regularly, though. Well, probably not now.
No. Yeah, there's certain. I mean, you should just learn people, man.
Okay,
it's just really a study of people. Every person is somebody else. Like, okay, you know, I can weed these type of people out now that I ain't trying to fuck with.
Yeah. So, when you have select clientele now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you go through like a vetting process, or is it?
I don't have an official one,
Okay.
but I do have. I guess I do have an unofficial ritual. It's more. I look at more like ritualistic. You know, what I mean, everybody knows me. It's hard. It's hard to get in with me. First of all, I got to make sure. I mean, I could just. It's gonna probably take a day for me to get back to at least. You know, and I mean, I don't have it all full, but yeah, there's like a ritual I kind of go through to see if this is the right person for me, or if I should pass them on to one of my other people, or you know,
That's what's up.
yeah, and it's good for me and them. You know, everybody wants to be happy.
Right. So, what do you think is probably the one key that you would say to your success?
Well, I'll tell you when I get there. First of all, because I'm the things I've been successful in being a barber. I don't know if it's a key. I mean, really, because man, you just gotta. It's endurance. Just fucking sticking it out. There's no real secret. It's just endurance. It's like, you know, getting hit a gang of times, and you're gonna stay in the fight. You're gonna tap out.
Right.
Is it too scary for you? Is it, you know, you can go do something else? Then a lot of people do. You know, there's some people, they take on things. It's with anything. You take it on as a backup gig. It's not gonna develop until it becomes your main gig. Okay. You know, and that's your plan A. Yeah. And you know, you got the famous thing. You got to jump out the boat before you can walk on water, right?
Yeah.
People want to walk on water with their fingers, but stay their ass in the boat, and that's, you know.
Yeah.
You can make it look cool for sure, but it's not real.
No, that's real. That's real, man. Question for you, man. With you being on Mill Avenue, bro, you know, Arizona State is probably one of the biggest colleges, the biggest party. I mean, it's just, you know, as Arizona State, you know,
It was
huge.
ranked number 1 for party colleges.
Yeah.
Hey, we say it ain't been ranked number 1 for like 30 years. But we still say that though.
It was.
It was.
Hey,
Hey,
in that
listen,
context, it
ain't
was.
nothing changed.
I mean, they still party. But, you know,
Everybody knows ASU goes.
Yeah. With you being on Mill, man, first and foremost, how did you? My question is, how were you able to get that spot, that location? I mean, that's the only barbershop on Mill Avenue. How were you able to stumble over there?
All right, let me see if this is a good story.
Yeah.
And this is a story. I don't even know if I should share this story, but it's fucking amazing, man. It's so amazing. I'm gonna share it. I was I'm not gonna say any names.
Okay.
But I was I'll tell you what, when it first opened that spot, it was called Bobby Fresh. We know Bobby Fresh. Shout out to Rob, man.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby.
I mean,
Fresh.
He's always a good dude. Ever since living in hip hop, he was really like a staple. He put a lot for the underground kind of culture. He had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, man.
For like the entrepreneurial street culture out here, you know, he started making shirts, all that. Anyway, it was his spot. It was his first flagship store when that building went up. And then so he would hit me up. I'd go over there and do some cuts, his cut maybe, or he'd have somebody I'm doing right there in the store. And I was like, man, I really want to get where the Kung Fu Tea is now. I wanted to get that spot. So there's like another spot on the corner, same building.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get in touch with the owner, like through Rob, and talk to the owner briefly. And he was an older dude. He didn't really take me seriously. I was dead ass though, but I was just getting started. I didn't know how to talk. You know, I never dealt with a lease like that before. And then so Robert, he ends up leaving, and then some other people come in, and they opened up a shop called Timeless. And so a lot of people will be familiar with Timeless, the vape company. I don't know if anybody smokes weed out there, but Timeless is probably the most popular vape company out of Arizona. But before that, they were doing resale. sneaker resale, like high-end streetwear resale, and they opened up this store called Timeless. Weed wasn't legal then. And so they were doing that, and they had me come over there a couple times and do some cuts.
Okay.
And same thing, I still wasn't able to get a spot over there, but I was cool with that. A couple years later, they're leaving. I had already opened up a couple of shops, a barber tattoo shop in Chandler, another shop, Barber Shop 110, which still remains. That wasn't mine, but I opened it up.
Yeah, 110.
Yeah, and I opened up the barber shop on Scottsdale Road, which was the first Elite Cuts and Clothes. And so I had done that. One of my clients that I had known hits me up. He says, "Hey, I got this mentor. He says I should like open up a business. He's encouraging me to open up a business. He's like, he's got a spot, a location. I'm thinking, he tells me, I seen your branding with your barbershop. I think you could do something cool. I think you've done something right with this." He's like, "You want to open up a barbershop with me?" And I thought about it, and I was like, let's check it out. So he says, "Here's the address of the spot. Let's go. I'll meet you there, and we'll check it out, see if you like it." And he shows me the address, and I Google it. I don't even know if I Googled it back then. You know, it was 2014. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I Google mapped it. And I show up to the spot, and it's that spot. And I was like, this is crazy. Man. So that ain't even the crazy part. I didn't really have the bread to just open up a spot like that at that time. I was doing some side shit, a lot of side shit. I wasn't no drugs or nothing like that. I already learned my lesson in like 2010. I was done. I almost really had to do some time, and I didn't. And I was like, you know, well, I'm gonna cut my losses and just work with what the good Lord gave me. Right. And I'm glad I did. So, I didn't have the cash. I saw the spot with my boy. I was like, man, I really want to do this. We did the numbers, and it came out to like this certain number. We both have to throw in like near 10,000 each, and it just so happened, man, I was like doing this little side thing with somebody. I don't know what they were doing with the money, but it was some type of thing that they were getting some. I just had to pull out cash out of bank accounts. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I will say, this ain't gonna give them away, but the person does have an entire American Greed episode dedicated to them. So just we'll marinate on that. But anyway, the thing went down. I had to pull out a certain amount of bread, and then somebody else would come grab it for me, and then I get my cut. And then whoever else I had doing it, I'll take a cut from them, so on and so on. And then the main dude would come grab his cut. And the dude who was supposed to come grab his cut from me didn't come grab it, and didn't come grab it for a while. And I was like, damn, I'm sitting on the exact amount that I need. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And I'm like, whoa, what do I do? I'm like, just chill out. Just ride out to the last minute. My grandma always tell me, if you don't know what to do, don't do nothing. Let the Lord work it out for you.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
Okay, so that's all I know. Some old nana wisdom, to lean on. Yeah. And so I do that, and the main dude comes in regularly, gets a cut. His boy comes and gets a cut. They don't say nothing. I think they came in twice. Nobody said nothing about it. And finally, I brought it up. I was like, yo, whatever happened to homeboy, the guy that was supposed to come get it from me? And they were like, oh, you didn't know? I said, what? They said, man, he got hauled off to back to where he was from, far as fuck, for like double murder. And I was like, oh, shit. And then not long after that, the other dude, the main guy, ended up getting his thing for like, 2 decades. Damn. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I guess, I didn't do nothing. And then that money was just sitting there. So it was perfect opportunity. Opened up that spot. And yeah, man, 7 years later, here we are.
Man, that's a
crazy
crazy
how
story.
Things come around.
Yeah, bro. God was working, bro.
All day. I was praying on it too. I consulted with a couple of people that I know. I was like, does God work like that? I'll tell you, someone was like, nah, man, I don't think God works like that. And you know what I realized, man? It's not up to those people to tell me what my relationship with God is like. Exactly. If I want to know about my relationship with God, I got to talk to God.
Yeah, exactly. For real. Yep. That's a one-on-one conversation.
Exactly. So many.
That's tell me about.
Yeah. Seriously.
Get out of here. Yeah. That's what's up, though, man. That's a dope story. Because then that kind of leaves the wisdom that was imparted on you. You can share it and also say, and this is how I can share this information. Because a lot of us, we just kind of talk.
Right.
It's like that, it's passed down, but we never have nothing to base it off of. And you have an actual situation that said, yeah, the Lord does work like that because of, and that's dope.
Yeah, that's what they call testimony.
Yep.
I got a few 100%. Of those, man. It's still writing itself, I'll tell you that.
It's so crazy because everybody's success story ain't the same, but everybody's success story comes from like the grind. Like it shit don't just happen overnight, bro, or you're just not that lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people like you have to work hard to get into your situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't just a lot of people take the elevator, but a lot of people take the stairs. You know what I mean? So,
and sooner or later, I mean, I've realized, even if you take the elevator, eventually you're gonna get to a part where you're gonna have to take the stairs. And, and
sure.
you'll be like, damn, man, I should have took the stairs before.
Yeah.
You know, so the people that took the stairs first are kind of like, they get to that elevator next. You know,
yeah.
I'm getting closer to that elevator. I'll tell you that. I'm on them short staircases right now.
Yeah.
Just keep grinding.
Yeah, keep grinding, man. Keep grinding.
And the other part of that too that I noticed is that there was some risk involved.
Oh yeah.
There was some risk, and not to go into detail with that, but you can't just sit back and expect that to just fall in your lap. There was some risk that had to be taken in order for that to come to fruition like that.
I think every success story has risk.
It should.
Yeah.
It should, because you're betting on yourself. That in itself is a risk.
Yeah.
And and it's a guarantee. I mean, if you have the right mindset, I call risk a guaranteed win. And it sounds oxymoronic, as fuck. But the reason I say that is because, okay, say you do lose, quote unquote, you only gain what to do the next time. Exactly. So it's not even as much of a risk. So you can double or nothing the next time. Yep. So it's a guarantee. It's a good thing to do is risk. It's super important as an entrepreneur. Yeah. It's absolutely vital.
I agree. 100%. That's what's up.
Which with us, everybody in here being entrepreneurs, with your situation, was there anybody that was doubting you becoming or like you said, you was like, money fucks everything up. Like when people start thinking, because you said you had that 10,000, you're like, man, fuck, I can't I don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? Money can fuck up someone's dreams, bro. Like, you want to do it, but you ain't got the money to do it.
And that's 90% of the reason why people don't do it.
Why people just like, fuck, I don't want to do that. So, like, with your situation, money was one thing that kind of like, damn, I can't invest. Was there anybody outside of just the money situation, like, don't do it, or just kind of like downplaying, being negative? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of people around you don't have the same vision you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they won't like
everybody.
Yeah,
I have to say everybody. Like, you had some people that can kind of, they're gonna encourage. Some people are gonna encourage, but for the most part, nah, man. I have to say that like everybody, nobody. If I was looking for somebody to give me validation to go ahead and do it, I wasn't ever gonna find it. And I realized that at a certain point, because people were not gonna give me what I wanted to hear. Go on and do it, man. Go make it happen. Everybody had, and it wasn't intentionally trying to shit on me. Some people maybe out of caring were like, well, this could happen. Right. Hey, oh, that's a lot. And they just kind of have, that for a sensitive motherfucker like me, I'm an artist. I'm sensitive. I can sense stuff. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker doubts me now.
Right.
Okay. But I realized at a certain point that I was never going to find, I was like, what the fuck am I even asking these people for?
Right.
Really? I'm like, what am I truly trying to get from them? Like, yeah, go ahead and go do it. And they're not giving it to me. Why am I looking? I'll tell myself that.
Exactly.
Because I'm the only one that I visualize the finish line. They've never sat down and visualized my finish line.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't visualized their own finish line to see what it looks like.
That's true.
So, I mean, that's, I looked at it like pretty much everybody had some type of doubt. And I didn't hold it against them. I didn't take it personal. I just knew that I had to work on myself more. You think about Kanye, that line, what he's saying, you could lock yourself in the room doing 20 beats a day for 5 summers. What I'm talking about? Yeah. 3 songs a day for 5 summers. And I visualized what he meant by that. He probably did. He probably cut himself off from a lot of people and just sat in there and just refined his talent and just did what he's best. And every beat is a little bit better. Or last one, I just visualized that, and that's kind of the same way I
don't it feel good when you pass that finish line, right? Like you everything starts off with an idea, and then you execute it, and then it's there, right?
Absolutely.
Don't it feel good when those same people that was like hating on you overlapped them like 50 times?
Huh? Man, it really feels good.
You keep overlapping their ass over and over, then the same spot over and over and over again.
I hate to say it because it's almost vengeful. It's like, oh yeah, I got your back, and I don't want to have a heart of vengeance. I don't want to be vengeful, but yeah, it feels kind of good. It feels kind of good to be like, told you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't be like that. I'm more like, hey, if I can ever help out, or
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those things because when you meet negativity, with achievements, right? We don't want to say success because you're still kind of striving to get to that point.
achievements.
But when you meet that achievement and you can look at them and be like, yo, you doubted me the whole time, but look at where I'm at now, right? The thing that you didn't think that was possible, I'm doing. Like, it makes people question themselves. Like, do I have like you said, they don't even question what or find their own finish line. So then to say, I'm here doing what I'm doing, I'm excelling, I'm growing, and all of that, and the whole time you doubted me, and you can, it's a pie to the face to them. You know what I mean? Because you should have been supporting me, right? Even if you didn't believe in it, you don't have to. You not support, encourage.
Right.
You don't have to support me to be like, hey, go out and knock this out. But hey, if that's what you want to do, you know what? I'll back you. Hey, I'll come in. Let me be a customer, or let me promote for you, or something to encourage, to push you to that, as opposed to being, I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, at the same token, that's true. Now, there's people that have been like that I've seen, that I remember they doubted me, but I just don't. Like I said, if you're looking for that, you got to change your mindset right away, because don't even worry. You're already lost a little bit if you're looking for that. You got to check yourself and realize what you're doing it for. Yep. So, and when you see those people, when I see those people now, I'm just like, I hope they kind of take it and maybe they develop from it, And then, you know what I do? I'm in turn going to be encouraging to them.
Exactly.
And show them, kind of lead by example. This is what you should have done. Right. This is what I was looking for. And I know that's what you need now, because I see you're where I was at. So let me give it to you. So then when you get the next opportunity, then you could do it the right way.
Right.
So that's kind of how I approach those when I come across them now. Because I ain't no room for no bad blood. I ain't got no time for nothing negative right now. It pushes in anyway. Listen, I got baby mamas. That's enough. That's enough. Everything else, I keep super. I'm calling out of that one. Much love to them ladies, but
that's what's up.
But yeah, man.
So have you always been you seem like a positive dude, right? Overall, rooted in faith, what it seems like.
Absolutely.
Has that been how you were brought up, or is this something that you've grown to be?
A little bit of both. I mean, so I'll tell you my background, my ethnic, cultural background. I know a lot of people wonder, and I always joke with them, so what are you exactly? I'm American. Is that what you're trying? I mean, shit. Can I be that? I'm American as fuck.
Yeah.
And I really am. My actual ethnic background is Chicano, which is not even something you could really check off in a box. It's kind of an in-between. Is it Mexican? What is it? S.A. Cholo. And, and it's a mix. You get down to it, it's natives, and it was, the Spanish came over here, and they was raping the natives, and they made this off-ass breed type of person like me. We been here. We was already here. Borders and switched up a few times, but we're here. So there's that. But then on the other end of it, my mother also raised me Pentecostal. Okay. So like speaking in tongues, you know what I mean? Like, so I got that crazy. So a little cholo with some Pentecostal, maybe, I don't know.
Hey. I say those people have faith in abundance. You know what I mean? Because they believe in all the gifts of the Bible, and a lot of people do, but to actually practice it and stuff like that. But that's a whole different conversation.
It is. So if you know anything, I mean, to answer your question, I could sum it up in those two words. For the first time in my life, I've never been able to sum it up like that. But like Chicano and Pentecostal are my really deeply rooted backgrounds.
That's what's up.
So low riders in Jesus.
Low riders in Jesus. That's fire.
Hell
That's
yeah.
Fire.
That's crazy. So man, we got to know Daniel, man, the barber. What I want to do right now, this special part of the show, man.
This is the favorite part of the show.
We're gonna jump into some current bars, bro. Now.
Talk that taste. Talk that taste.
As we all heard, I don't know if everybody heard, DMX had a drug overdose today, and he's pretty much like a vegetable.
That shit is crazy.
Wow.
So I haven't been on social media since we've been filming, but I'm pretty sure when I get back on, they're gonna say they pulled the plug or.
Let's hope not. I mean, but I will say this, and this is not a spiteful person. Like I said, we talked, when y'all see this another day, but earlier today, I've been a DMX fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's sad, but I also look at it's the lifestyle that you live.
Yeah.
You have to accept the risks that come with those type of things, and it's always sad to hear somebody's a vegetable or passes or anything like that. But you know what you're doing when you do it. You know the risk. You should be aware.
Yeah.
Right. If you're doing things like that would cause you to have a drug overdose and aren't aware that that's a possibility, that's short-sighted on your part. even more short sighted than even using it, right? But I don't know, it's sad. You know, my heart goes out to him and his family, and
for sure.
especially being that he's been. I got a funny story. We talk about DMX. Me and DMX almost squared off once.
I was gonna say, I was just talking to Chee earlier today. Yeah. If you're from Phoenix, you either got a DMX
or a
Mike Tyson story, right?
And I got a Mike Tyson story you may not even remember. It was at Arizona Mills. Back in the day when it was the Arizona Beach Club, that
ABC
is no longer there. Actually, it was Rio at that point.
Oh, Club
so
Rio.
So it's even further back
with the phone parties.
Yeah, man, listen,
horrible stuff.
We sitting out there, getting ready to go in. Me and my squad at that point, and DMX is walking, right? Because you have to walk up the thing to get to the door to get into the line, and we kind of standing off in the grass. And you hear somebody talking, and they're loud, and they're walking this way. And I'm standing here. I haven't moved. I've been in the same spot for at least 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
So he comes through, and he kind of brushes me. Excuse you. And at that point, I didn't realize it was DMX. And I'm young as shit. I don't give a fuck. I would scrap anybody. What is it? Yeah. So he does that, and then he starts popping off, and I realize that, this is DMX. It's like, I'm a fan. But at this point, you done talk some shit to me.
Because he's also small. Like, you don't realize that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so big on TV.
You would think, right? But he was a small cat. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to fuck DMX up right now.
Listen, remember Suge Knight came to Arizona and got fucked up?
Anybody can get it.
Yeah, anybody, especially in AZ, it'd be like that. It's crazy out here, man. I love it out here, though.
And that's why I get mad when people from other places be like, "You Arizona niggas ain't da da da." Yeah. All right, find out.
It's not even like we be trying or anything like that. It just happens.
But yeah, that was my thing. And then it kind of de-escalated. It escalated, and then it just kind of fell off. And then he walked off, and I was like, I can't believe I was about to get into it. I was just listening to this shit on the way over here.
That's crazy.
But shout out to DMX.
Yeah, shout out to DMX, man. Prayers go out to him. Didn't he put out a gospel album or something? Gospel infused album at one point.
A while ago, wasn't it?
Man was always struggling with mental health and drug addiction. I mean, those are two.
Some people just can't kick it, man.
Man. So hopefully if they do take him off, he's in a better place and and his pain is gone finally because the man was living in pain for sure.
He had to struggle for years. A lot of struggle. Sometimes you got to look at it and be like, when you have addictions and things like that, ailments, body issues, and sometimes it's just we don't ever want to lose a person. I'm not saying like Dr. Kevorkian and get people out of here, but sometimes it's just easier for their soul to be able to go to that place. To let it go, which.
That's the people that let out coronavirus. That's what they're like. Some of these people just gotta go. All right, never mind.
They go to conspiracies.
I'll just play. I don't know nothing about that.
I think that's part of it.
What was the next one? George Floyd.
We're gonna touch on the court case is going on right now about the whole situation, and it's kind of a messy court situation. Like it's
so. Kind of set that up.
Okay, so everybody know George Floyd got they kneeled on his knee. Kneeled on his neck. The officer. Yeah. So right now they're going to court trying to. They're going back and forth. They're trying to see if they're gonna convict the officer and all the other guys that were.
Right. He's on trial for murder.
Yeah. So, but now they have from the guy that shot the footage to the store clerk. They get everybody that was out there that was involved. And I guess the guy that the store clerk that said the money was fake, that's the whole reason why they called the cops.
Right.
He's kicking himself in the face right now because he feels so bad because that situation, the death of George Floyd was really because of him.
Yeah. It initiated.
Yeah.
Initiated with that.
And but yeah, just I kind of been tuning in. I've been seeing a lot on social media. Can't bring her back, man. That situation, like we were talking earlier, it's continuously happening over and over and over again with minorities, and it's being filmed, and the proof's there, but it's just, how many more? Like how many more Trayvon Martins? How many more Michael Brown? How many more? It's just. Now it's like I'm numb to the shit. Like I see it on TV, I'd be like,
that's the worst part about it.
I'm like,
it's so
another one
that we,
you know what I mean? I'm just like,
straight up. It's sad to say.
So it's just like,
and you got, it seems like you gotta really be careful too, because they're televising this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, do they really need to televise that? This is like stirring up some shit right now. Televising. We know the
You talking about the trial?
The trial. I haven't watched it because I don't want it to stir up. You know, I don't want to get controlled by that. But like, it's like they're televising this. I mean, but like there's a chance he's not gonna get charged for murder. Imagine if he didn't get charged or whatever.
That's how people felt about OJ.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'm not saying he is or.
I think this is more like a Rodney King. This is more like a Rodney King thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to bring exposure to it, and you would hope that because there are so many eyes on it, that it causes the right thing to be done.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
You know, but at the same time, you're looking at it from a perspective of, you know, the 12 jurors or 11 or however many it is, to say they see it that way.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to see it that way because they'll say, you know, he committed a crime. Or going back to the guy who made the call, was it really a fake 20? And was he really trying to get over it? And if he would have been abiding by the law, and then none of that would have had to have happened. But
it's a lot of unanswered questions.
It is,
like
man.
we don't really know,
and we probably never will.
Like,
know
we just going off what we see on TV.
You have to piece it together yourself.
That's why I'm saying you gotta be careful how it lets you watch. There's a dude that just drove into the Capitol yesterday. Did you see that?
No.
Mm-hmm. A dude took his car, was driving, rode into the Capitol. Black dude drove into the
like that's
yeah. It's like, so you know that you got to be careful what you're watching, and I know we got to take it with a grain of salt, this whole trial thing, because the media is not out to help us. The media is a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just trying to get views and clicks. So you gotta be careful. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be in the know.
So kind of going back to the guy who's upset about making the call initially, was he wrong in the moment? Is he wrong for feeling that way now, or was it justified?
I know, but they have all type of technology to know if a bill's counterfeit or not.
I mean,
it's called a marker.
Have his opinion.
But it's called hold that shit up to the light.
Yeah, and then they got the machine.
It's a $20 bill,
but then they got the machines. It's not like
take the cigarettes.
You don't have to invest a whole lot of money to have that situation avoided.
I mean, seriously, yeah.
So
that seems like a lot for a counterfeit bill for $20 to call the cops.
So his life was worth. You know what I mean?
Only worth $20.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, if you look at it from that perspective.
I mean, they knew each other though, and he was a little faded, so maybe he got. I don't know. Nothing justifies what they did at all, but we just don't know. It's a lot of unanswered questions. It just doesn't add up. All of a sudden, you know what I mean?
I've never understood the idea of first, and I say this about a lot of things, but if it's me and at least one of my homies, it could be one of us in this room. If it's me and you, and somebody come in here tripping, and we decide to restrain them, not just beat them up. Just restrain them and say, look, you stop, you tripping. I don't understand the idea of having to get on somebody's neck to restrain them that way.
I agree with that. You know
what I'm saying?
And
especially
just to play
if it's
devil's
multiple
advocate, though, if it was me coming into the room and then I was getting restrained, I would probably fight back.
But there's still multiple people there.
I don't want to get on that shit. Though.
Yeah.
Nah, because that shit was wrong, man. The police.
They have tasers. They have all kind of other stuff that they could have used that would have caused that to not be the case where they.
Even the chief came and said he should have taken his. It shouldn't even happen. Yeah. It was way too long. They were holding him down for way too long. That dude's done.
Yeah, and what I'm pissed about too is the people filming. Yeah. Like, fuck that. If I see officer, I'm knocking the officer out. If they charge me, they charge me. I'd save his life. You know what I mean? Like, fuck all that, bro. I'm not.
I hear you.
Nah, you can't. Nah, you got to go push him off or something.
I don't know. I think that you think that now, but I've been in situations and you don't know what happened. So sometimes you just don't want to get involved. There was a time I got jumped and it was somebody that was there. It was my martial arts instructor. These cats robbed me, like 10 of them. And my martial arts instructor of all people was there. And what did he do? He got up and left. Of all people, right? The motherfucker that's teaching me fucking karate. Yeah. Well, it wasn't karate, but you know what? I understand. I wasn't upset with him because he don't know what the fuck I was into. To have these people come over, he got to get back to his family. Yeah. So, I mean, I saw it again with the Asian lady. The Asian lady just got beat up the other day. You seen that dude? People were just like filming.
Bro, you can't put the fucking phones down and get involved, bro.
Because people are spectators. That is the way what we live in. We live life as spectators. Social media breeds spectating. Yeah. And so rather than when we were growing up, again, going back to that, you can say no, if there's an injustice, somebody would be more involved than just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
But I also say on the other side of that, when it becomes law enforcement, that's a little different.
It is, but man, it's.
I just know it takes more hours to be a barber than it does to be an officer.
Nobody wants that job. Nobody literally. I mean, there are people who do, right? Because there's people who want to do everything, but you can't tell me that you want to deal with the risk and the hours and the number of shifts.
I mean,
you know what?
There's a lot that comes with that, and to only have, I don't know how many hours it takes. Like nobody's really
Not that many, 600 hours or something like that. Yeah. Not that
I mean,
many.
it's a dangerous job for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, man, if you don't like your job, find something new because, I mean, that's just how I feel, man. I feel like you can't. Some people just be mad at shit that's going on at home, and they'll go to work and take it out on motherfuckers at work.
I think they have to do a more in-depth mental screening.
Yeah.
For that. I think, and not knowing what it is, but I know I applied for the Department of Corrections years and years ago, and that process is rigorous as fuck. So to be a police officer, and that has, and I don't know that it's not the case. Again, I never worked there, but mental evaluation and continued training is something that has to be done. And if it's being done now, it has to dive deeper or be more extensive or whatever the case may be, because it's happening way too often for it to be something that, and it has to be something that is done across the board. Everybody has to go through the process.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's getting everybody on board to do that. It's a problem.
Yeah, man.
They got on board to do $3.9 trillion stimulus check.
Straight up, man.
seriously.
All that money. Knew they had that money. They've been sitting on that money for years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, man, on that note, man, we gonna go ahead and close it out. Yeah, we can close it out, man. We had some great topics. Man, Daniel, we appreciate you for coming on the show, man, and taking time out your day to come fuck with Sippin with Chee, man. So we definitely appreciate it, man.
Chee Classic, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to doing some more with you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Sippin with Chee podcast.
Yeah, yep. Hey, we signing out, man. Like I said, follow me on Instagram at SWC Podcast AZ, website www.cheechapman.org.
And you can find me on everything social media at Classic TV.
And you can find me at The Unfadable Blade Brown on Instagram. That's hard as hell to find. But check out Elite on Mail on Instagram. That's the shop. And also EliteOnMail.com if you want to get some gear, some of that merch.
Hey, Brandon got the merch on right here, so we appreciate you, Daniel.
That's right. You get one of these shirts.
Clothes, man. And we closing out like this, man. Peace.
All right.
You have a good one.